Good morning, student. In the last class, we have discussed about the Michelson-Morley experiment. Michelson interferometer. Now we come to the known about the diffraction. So already in the last topic, we are discussed about the interference. So what is meant by the interference? The two waves are superposed in a region. What happens there? There is a dark and bright fringes must be obtained. There is a change in the intensity of the interference lights. So that phenomena is called as the interference of light. Now what is meant by the diffraction? The bending of light near the edges of the obstacles. Suppose a ray of light must be coming from a source and it is passes through a slit or considered as an obstacle. So what happens there? Near the edges of the obstacle or slit, the light must be bends. So that phenomena is called as diffraction. So here you see that when waves encounter obstacles, the bending of waves around the edges of an obstacle is called diffraction. So here we have a source S emitting waves having plane wavefronts. As the wavefront passes through the slit, they are diffracted and are able to reach even those regions behind AB, which they would be unable to reach had the rays not bended. One more thing to be noted here is that the shape of the wavefronts changes as they pass through the slit. The reason for this bending can be explained with the help of Huygens principle. So now what is meant by the Huygens principle? Each particle lying on any wavefront acts as an independent secondary source and emits from itself secondary spherical waves. After a very small time interval, the surface integral to all these spherical wavelets gives the position and shape of the new wavefront. It will be more clear from the following examples of plane wavefronts. So let P1, P2, P3, Pn be the points very close to each other and equidistant from each other on the plane incident wave front. As shown in this figure, P1, P2, P3, P4 or denoted as Pn are the plane wavefronts. To obtain the new wavefronts, we consider P1, P2 denoted as Pn as independent sources and circular arcs with the same radius from each of these points. Now the plane A tangential to all these imaginary surfaces gives the secondary wavefront. We move on to using Huygens principle for explanation of diffraction. Consider that is next figure. So the dimensions of the slit are finite. As a result, applying Huygens principle, we can say that the new wavefront obtained will be something like the surface shown in the figure. So next we come to known across the types of the diffraction. There are the two types of diffraction. One is Fresnel diffraction and another one is Fraunhofer diffraction. So we see one by one. So first you observe the figure for the Fresnel diffraction. So in this a source S is there and a slit is there, that is obstacle, and a screen is there. So light coming from the source, it is passes through the slit. Then what happens? At a point on the screen they are meet. So there the diffraction pattern must be obtained. This type of diffraction is called as the Fresnel diffraction. So what is the difference between Fraunhofer? Once we see the Fraunhofer diffraction, already we know that what is the difference. So here only light coming from the source, that is plane, so circular wavefronts are there. Okay. So now for the Fraunhofer diffraction, here once again the sources of the light passes through and it is incident on a lens. So after refraction, the light ray must be a plane wavefront. They are incident on the obstacles. Then what happens? After passing through the obstacles, once again the light ray must be passes through another lens, that is L2 or then second lens. Then what happens after refraction? They are meet on the screen placed at a certain distance from the obstacles. We obtained the diffraction pattern. So this type of diffraction is called as Fraunhofer diffraction. In the Fresnel diffraction, we don't use any kind of the lenses, but here, so we are taken the two convex lenses to obtain the diffraction pattern. So once again we know about the Fresnel diffraction. When the distance between the slit AB and the source of the light S, as well as between slit AB and the screen is finite, that is fixed, the diffraction is called Fresnel diffraction. Fresnel diffraction, the waves are either spherical or cylindrical. So what is meant by the Fraunhofer diffraction? If the light incident on slit AB is coming from infinite distance, the distance between obstacle A and screen C is infinite. The diffraction is called Fraunhofer diffraction. In Fraunhofer diffraction, the incident waves fully have plane wave front. Okay, so this is what is the Fresnel assumptions. So here we are taken the slit AB. So S is a monochromatic source or light source. It is incident on that obstacles. So what happens? It is reached to a point P on the screen. So according to the Fresnel, the resultant effect of an external point due to wavefront on the below factors. So which are factors? So a wavefront can be divided into large number of strips or zones called Fresnel zones of small area, and the resultant effect at any point will depend on the combined effect of all the secondary waves emanating from the various zones. The effect at a point due to any particular zone will depend on the distance of the point from the zone. Third assumption is the effect at P will also depend on obliquity of the point with reference to the zone under consideration. Okay. So lastly we are discussed about the difference between the Fresnel and Fraunhofer diffraction. So in the Fresnel diffraction, wavefronts are spherical or cylindrical, but in the Fraunhofer, the wavefront are plane. Source and screen are at infinite distance from the obstacles for Fresnel diffraction, but for the Fraunhofer diffraction, source and screen are at infinite distance from the obstacles. No lenses are required for Fresnel diffraction to obtain Fresnel diffraction, but two converging lenses are required to obtain Fraunhofer diffractions. Analysis of such pattern is complicated. For Fresnel diffraction, analysis of such pattern is simple for, that is, Fraunhofer diffraction. Thank you.